That's the greetings in these parts, and when you come to College Station, Texas, you know that the Aggies are ready to gig 'em. Kyle Field will be swaying and electric for this one. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. So Texas A&M's offense takes the field for the first time today. There are always butterflies to start a game, but when you have a rivalry like this, the adrenaline is pumping on overdrive, guys.
They aren't all the same. We say that, but we know differently. The blood is boiling. The temperature is hot. Jesse, you want this week more than most.
Yeah, David, we played in these games before. Everything just seems to be heightened, right? The game seems to be moving faster. The crowd noise feels louder. Your composure will be tested early in a game like this.
Didn't take long to need a clutch play on the opening drive. It's 3rd and 7. Back to throw, it's Reed. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf. Texas A&M will have to boot it away. He will signal for the fair catch and take it just inside the 35. The LSU Tigers offense will have its first possession of the game. When a guy gets off the ball as quickly as he does, you know he's going to be breathing down your neck, and you got to get rid of it, Jesse.
This quarterback's good, but he better have a clock going off in his head. He knows he's not going to have a lot of time to get rid of the football. That's a big matchup in this game.
Well, and that's what I love about this guy, because he affects the quarterback whether he gets to him or not. He knows he's there. He's that kind of good coming off the edge. Let's see how this QB performs under pressure.
This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. Now they'll run the draw. Pick up of 5. It'll be 3rd down and 5. We had a barn burner the last time these two teams played, and no reason to expect anything else between these two bitter rivals.
Attention to detail, and I think the sense of urgency, David, in a game like this just...
He lofts it high and deep down the left side. That was almost picked off, and what a disaster that would have been to throw a pick on the opening drive. Instead, it's 4th down. Looks as if LSU will line up to punt it away. His first one of the day gave that leg a workout 5 times in last week's victory. And they'll get him down after the return at the 27-yard line. Texas A&M has it back in the offense, ready to go to work. The last time we saw this offense, we had to look quick. It was a 3-and-out, Jesse.
They just had no rhythm in that last drive. So someone's going to have to step up and make a play, David, and get this thing going.
Yeah, let's find some juice. Find your guy. Find those plays that you know you can run inside out, forward, backwards. Get some first downs. Get some positive momentum.
He's back to throw on 2nd down. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense. Ball's at the 29. Defense can taste getting off the field. It's 3rd and long. Pocket starts to collapse. A little screen to the running back. Makes the grab, and it's enough for the first down before he's dragged to the ground.
Well, they pick up the first down there on the screen. I love the offensive line there, allowing the pass rush to get way up the field. They completely baited their guys, made them think that they got beaten, that they were going to get the sack, and then they sneak the running back screen right in behind them and pick up the first.
The Aggies are moving quickly down the field. They're getting this guy lathered up. And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain.
And as an offense, having success on a run play like that early in the game just opens up all the possibilities of your playbook moving forward. Play action, running the ball, throwing the ball, screens, anything is at your disposal at this point.
Foundation of Aggie football built on toughness like that, running it like John David Crow back in the day.
And those Texas people are tough and rugged, and you know they wear their great outfits that you love to watch. But these Aggies, I think they're at their best when they got great running backs. And you've seen Spiller and A-Chain in recent history finding those game breakers, those game busters that can make big plays.
I know you want to prepare for every game the same way, but there's just something different about rivalry games, Jesse.
It's because, Reese, I think players are aware that games like this define your legacy as a player. Your record in rivalry games is something that people are going to talk about for years and years down the road. You have got to show up and play your best football in games like this.
Oh, he missed it. No good. kicker couldn't quite get it through, and the scoreboard remains the same. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
The last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot.
Picked off. Didn't get a ton on the return, but the most important thing, he got the ball, and they've got it at the 48. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll run it from the gun. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Looking to pass. It's Reed. Quickly complete. Still running at the 40. Lowers that shoulder, delivers the blow. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down. Making sure they have good balance, keeping it on the ground. And he'll pick up a few yards before he's dragged down, and that'll be the end of the first quarter. We've reached the end of the first quarter, and it has been a defensive battle, and the stats tell the tale so far. Good spot after that 7-yard pickup on first down. It's 2nd and 3. He's got it again. He almost punched it in for 6. They'll get him down at the 1-yard line.
This is an offense that really sees their identity as being able to run the football. Nice job there picking up the first down.
And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Aggies. When this place gets loud, it starts to sway. They've renovated, reinforced, and still the rafters are shaking.
Yeah, and they still come out, and they still got the 12th man tradition. So many traditions at this school, and that's why they support and they love their team, and people want to come play here.
He'll bring it out. It's Thomas. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. Well, the good news about this drive, Jesse, it can't go worse than last time through a pick on the first play.
No, it certainly can't. I think one good way, David, to help your quarterback turn the page is just find him in...
Intercepted. Not much on that return, but I think they'll let him slide after making that pick, and they'll have it at the 20.
So when you come out of your own end zone, you know, in the shadow of your own end zone, a lot of bad things can happen. You want to kind of get a few first downs, get some space, so if you punt after that point, you can pin them a little bit deep. This is the exact opposite of what happened. Now you set them up in beautiful scoring field position already. Really bad play by the offense.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. They go to the ground. Defense there to stop him after he picked up a yard. Ball's at the 17.
As a quarterback, you've got to know in this area of the field, it's tough to throw, right? The windows, they open and close so quickly when you get down to the red zone. What helps you is running the football, but that's tough today because you're going up against one of the top 25 defenses stopping the run.
And here comes the field goal unit for the 2nd time tonight. Absolutely perfect. And that will extend their lead even further.
Well, they're able to get a field goal and put 3 points up on the board after getting that interception. You would have liked to have seen the offense do a little bit more with that possession, give themselves an opportunity to score a touchdown. But listen, teams will take 3 points any way they can go.
The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. They are trailing by 10 here, Jesse, but this is the type of team that seems comfortable in an offensive shootout.
You got to hold serve at this point, right? You got to drive the field, put some more points up on the board. Yeah, they just scored. You can answer that now and keep this thing close.
And I think you're used to that as offense. Like, football is so fast-paced now and you score so quickly, it's not that big of a deal to get down 10. You keep being you, keep being aggressive.
And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one. Now on 2nd down. Scanning the field, it's Nussmeier. And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. 3rd down coming. After the incompletion on 2nd down, it's 3rd and inches. Muscling ahead on 3rd and short. Works his way to the 41, and that is plenty to give him a first down. The Tigers are on the move. He'll come out throwing on first down. Wide open downfield. Defense caught out of position, and they get him down finally at the 38. LSU quick to the line. Well, LSU receivers are known for their swagger, and that is swagger well earned after that one.
You go outside and you make plays. Like, listen, you have swag, you have confidence, and you usually get a little bit loud, Reese, and be like, listen, feed me the rock. So many great LSU receivers in the past, and it's because of that swag.
They've put themselves in a hole to start. It's 1st and 20. Wants to pass. Got a man. It's Williams. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. There's no getting around the fact that they have really scuffled in the first half of SEC play, and now the task is to try to turn it around.
Well, and a lot of times it requires shifting your goals, and this is not how you want it to start, but how can we win this week and take advantage of every opportunity we get, Jesse? So it hasn't been ideal, but there's still some talent, and you can still salvage some wins on the schedule.
Yeah, it's all about finishing the season strong, right? I think this team believes that in this last week,
nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. Once that ball was loose, offense didn't have a chance. Defenders everywhere. It's a turnover. There is little that warms the heart of a defender like a strip sack. Even better if you get the ball.
And I like the awareness of this defender on the play because he knew he might not actually get to the quarterback and make the hit, but he was able to still swat away, use those long arms to create the turnover.
My job is to make sure that ball comes loose, and I got to go through that guy, use my shoulder pad, drive my feet, and really, really be physical, because if he bobbles it at all, or as soon as his hand gets to the ball, you can tell the difference when that body jerks forward and that ball starts to come loose and pop out.
We've reached the 2-minute warning, and they will try to build on what has already been a dominant first-half performance. They're looking at a 3rd down and short from the 33. Fires and picked off. Got some room to run. He's at the 40. The 20. He's at the 10. And he has taken it all the way back. Touchdown LSU.
And they come up with a huge pick six, and that is one of the reasons this defense has been so dominant all season long. They don't give up big plays, but they take the football away. And once they do, they've got better athletes than you do. They're hard to bring down. They can flip the game on a dime.
He'll start the return inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Texas A&M has it back, and we say howdy to the Aggie offense again. Pressure coming. Going to try to pop one on the screen. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Coming after it. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver. After the incompletion, let's see if they go back to the air on 2nd and 10 from the 33. Using the back as a receiver on the screen. No sirree, not this time. The defense was there and ready for that one. 3rd down conversion's always a huge stat, and they've got a 3rd and long from the 27. They're setting up the screen. Defense was not fooled by that screen to the back, and they'll stop him short of the marker. It'll be 4th down. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. This is the absolute right call. They're going for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Complete out of the backfield. Will not get there. A 4th down stop. Couldn't order better field position for this offense. He wants to start this drive with a pass. Catch in the middle, it's Daniels. Ripping off a good chunk inside the 25, and they're set up with a first down. And now a fresh set of downs for this offense. Going up top on first down. Got it! And he was pushing for that goal line, but the knee stopped him at the 2. And guys, how much better does it feel if you go to that locker room with a lead? They have a chance to do it here. Little over anxious out of the stands early, and it's a false start.
False start. Offense.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. To the air, it's Nussmeier. Getting some heat. And that pressure just engulfed him. A sack for this defense. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Splits the uprights. It's good. And the field goal draws us even as we get close to halftime. After that latest answer tied things up, just about set to kick it away again. From inside his own 15, let's see how far he can get. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. Content to run out the clock, the quarterback takes a knee. Texas A&M ready to kick it away to get the third quarter started. On the run from inside his own 5. And the returner runs out of real estate as he goes down. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. First drive of the second half, always fun to watch. You see what type of tweaks were made at the half, especially when you're locked up in a ball game like this one.
Yeah, and it's been a good game. I mean, it's been a little bit of back and forth and a feeling out process. And now once you get in the second half, who's going to get aggressive, Palmer? Who's going to take some shots, try to make some plays, and really go for it?
Yeah, it's interesting. I think as play callers right now, you learn a lot about these coaching staffs with respect to who does make the best adjustments. There's a lot of coaches that believe we're just going to be who we are. We're going to keep doing what we do. We're just going to do it better.
And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16.
As a defensive end, trust me, I was a defensive end, I can tell you, you start getting a little lathered up. Now you got your second sack. It's only the third quarter. Your eyeballs are getting big. This is going to be one of those days. I'm going to get me 3.
And he throws another interception, his third one of the night. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but the great return to give the offense tremendous field position.
QBs have to understand, when I'm throwing against zones, I got to manipulate guys with my eyes. I might have to look one direction to create an opening to throw that ball or zip that ball in. I got to...
Touchdown, Aggie! And that one will give them the lead. When you're handed a break with unbelievable field position like that, you better finish the deal, and they did.
You saw the quarterback jog on the field. I think he gave a high five to every one of those players coming off that just put them in position to go score that touchdown. That QB knew this was a golden opportunity, and boy, he took advantage of it.
Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. After throwing the pick on the last drive, need to take care of the ball this time, Jesse.
We're going to find out a lot about this quarterback right here, too. How does he fight through adversity after that last drive?
Yeah, clear the mechanism, move on. That's a part of it, right? If you're going to be a great player, you got to learn how to handle these mistakes and move on.
Looking to throw, it's Nussmeier. Finds his big tight end. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line. Offense set on first down. He's going to pass. And it's his 4th interception of the game. He was trying to get that return going. Instead, he'll hand it to his offense at the 38.
And that's just excellent coverage. Man, cover 1, nowhere to throw the football. Look at everybody playing man across the board, and you still got the safety in the middle of the field. Nobody open, and if I'm the QB, man, I don't need to force it. I don't force it into tight windows if it's not there. He throws it, unfortunately, gets the interception. Bad decision by the QB there.
A negative play to open the drive. Let's see what they've got on 2nd and 14. That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be 3rd down. They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down. No hesitation at all. The offense stays on the field. They'll go for it. And they stop the 4th down pass. The defense gets off the field.
Great coverage on that 4th down play. Nice job blanketing the receiver out wide. The defense, you could tell, they knew they were going for it. They had a game plan. They get the big stop and turn it over to their offense.
Ran through the tackle, and he's got room to run. And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one. Got 8 on first down, now looking at a 2nd and 2. Might as well stick with him. Fights off a defender. And he's brought to the ground, but not before he gets enough for the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll go to the ground. Nice move to keep moving. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. LSU right back to the line. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Yeah, it's been a surprise today for this offense. Like, coming into the game, we all talked about it. We thought they'd be able to run against this defense that's been run on a lot, and this offense just can't get the running game going. It'll be interesting to see what they do to try to change it up, but somehow, some way, they need that physical ground game.
Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on 3rd down. Setting up the screen. They play that screen nicely. He tried to find his way to the marker, but it'll be 4th down. And they'll send the field goal team back out for the 2nd time tonight. He'll try to put one down the boulevard from 42 yards out. It's good. So the kickoff team is out there ready to boot it away after putting up a field goal. Let's see what the defense can do. On the move from inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Texas A&M has it back in the offense, ready to go to work. They've got it back after that last drive stalled out, and they were stopped on 4th down, David.
Yeah, and they put a little bit of a drive together, but, Jesse, they stalled on the other side of the field, and they got to find a way to keep that momentum going as they get closer to the end zone.
I agree. I do like their mindset, though, and I think they need to continue being aggressive moving forward in this game.
Got it in the middle. It's Muhammad. And he's knocked down, but not before moving the chains. Texas A&M has the lead at the end of the quarter. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 30. The give to the back. Oh, what a cut! Still on his feet at the 45. Huge plays like that can change the complexion of a game, and he's got it at the 22-yard line. He now has 85 yards on the ground, and he has his eyes fixed on leading the nation in rushing. And he finds some solid space, makes a nice game before the defense is able to stop it. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. In the red area, it's Moss. Tackle is made, but not until he gets the first down.
Well, the defense didn't blitz. They didn't have everybody in gaps, and the offensive line took advantage at the point of attack, getting some push, opening up a hole, and the offense ripping off a nice run there.
Right back to the well. So close to that end zone. He could almost taste it, but it'll be 1st and goal for this offense.
Yeah, and he's shown you a little bit of everything today. Shows you why he's a really good back. And the line's paved some holes, and he's right at 99 yards. And the way this game's going...
Quarterback sneak for the touchdown. They extend this lead, and it looks as if they are going to make it 2 wins in a row. And the extra point is up and good, and they have an 11-point fourth-quarter lead. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. Fielded in the end zone. It's Thomas. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. It's always great to get points on a drive, but it would behoove them to try to get a touchdown this time around, Palmer.
They may have to get out of their comfort zone here too, David, a little bit and just start being more aggressive and take some chances, but that's what's going to happen for them to win this game.
Yeah, and when you're losing, obviously everything gets heightened. Everything becomes more critical. This drive is crucial because you've got to cut into this deficit and put some points on the board.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. LSU quick to the line.
Yeah, and this offense has to find a way to run the football. They got to get more creative, but whatever that looks like for this offense, something to jumpstart them because...
And he can't escape, and down he goes. And whatever they did on first and second down, don't do that anymore. Third and very long coming up. Looking downfield, it's Nussmeier. Lost one deep down the right side. Oh, and he gets downfield for the big catch. Touchdown, Tigers! And once he got away from the D, they had no shot at catching him. Before that score, considering last rites, now all of a sudden, they're not dead yet. In fact, they're feeling much better, and they're alive, and they've got a chance.
And I'm looking on the field right now. I'm looking at their sideline. They're energized, Reese. After that last score, all of a sudden, they believe they can come back and win this game. This is a totally different-looking team than what we saw earlier.
Texas A&M has it back, and we say howdy to the Aggie offense again. On the ground, trying to pull the plug on this clock. Just searching and working for the running room as he gets it out to the 26. That kind of pickup on first down, and you can take a shot here on second and short. Takes the handoff. It's Moss. Running with power. Looks as if Texas A&M will have enough for the first down.
All right, nothing flashy there. He just did what it took to get the first down.
Now on first down from the 28. Here's the handoff. Defense closed down quickly after a gain of 3. They'll mark it at the 32. We have arrived at the 2-minute warning, a one-possession game as this offense tries to hold on. At this point, the defense has little choice but to sell out to stop the run on 2nd and 7. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. Linebackers moving, trying to confuse the quarterback. Now this offense facing a 3rd and long from their own 30. From the gun, wants to pass. Catch in the middle, it's Watson. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense.
You know, the tight end's going to have to do a better job of separating and giving his quarterback a place to go with the football. That time just couldn't create it, and as a result, as soon as he made the catch, he was brought to the ground, setting up 4th down.
Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. And the Aggies will snap it on 1st and 10. There's a long and storied history of great games between these two rivals, and this chapter adds